Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel. This is Light and Lavender, where we talk about all things books on my own writing journey, and today I'm going through the books I've decided to read in June. So I've decided on 5 books to read in June. I think I'm currently at 5 or 6 books in May, so I thought I could probably manage 5 in June. Why not? Let's try and go for it. So I might be a little ambitious. The books are all quite small, so I might be able to get through them all, and I hope that it doesn't take me too long. And yeah, let's get on with it. The first book that I want to read in June is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I don't really know much about this. I am reading this purely for research purposes. I bought this secondhand so that I can scroll and write in it. I am using this as sort of like a reference point for my own writing. I don't really know much about it. I didn't watch the Netflix adaptation of this either. All I know is that it's horror, dystopian, post-apocalyptic style-esque thing, and it focuses on if you look at something, I think something happens. I don't know if it kills you, or all I know is that they're not allowed to look at things, and it's a woman with 2 children trying to help them survive. And I thought, yeah, this has got similar vibes. Let's give this a read and see how it goes from there. So I have no idea what I'm getting into with this book, and I'm a little bit worried because horror is not my thing. So I am worried how this is going to go, but I'm also excited at the same time. The second book that I'm reading in June is The Gilded King by Josie Jeffrey. I have received this book from the author to give my honest thoughts and to give a review on this. I'm hoping I really like it. It's a YA fantasy that's got vampires and zombies in it, and I thought, vampires and zombies, great, I'm in. The author was looking for people to read this on Twitter, so I thought, yeah, I'll chuck my name down, why not? If I enjoy it, I can help support another small independent author, and she's got quite a big backlist of books, and if I love it, I'll be reading more and talking more about them on here. I'm also going to be doing a reading vlog for this one, so keep your eyes peeled for a reading vlog. I know that I don't do them a lot, so I thought it'd be a nice thing to do, and hopefully I enjoy it, because otherwise that reading vlog is gonna be really awkward to film. The third book that I want to read this month is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Byron. I completely forgot her name for a second then. I don't know if I've put this on a TBR yet this year, because I have definitely been meaning to read it since I picked it up. I think it was like November, December last year. This focuses on a girl called Sophia who is turning 16 around 200 years after the original Cinderella. After Cinderella found her Prince Charming by attending this ball and losing her slipper, it's become sort of an annual tradition within the kingdom that everybody has to go to a ball to find the person who's in love. I think this has got a sapphic romance in it, or at least elements of that. I don't really know much about this book. I've seen good reviews and bad reviews. I picked this up, like I said, like November, December time, before a lot of the thoughts came out about it. I'm not really sure what the representation is like in this book, but I like the premise. I really enjoy the idea that they're trying to, that like the Cinderella tradition has become this massive thing which is actually really bad for women and awful. I can't remember what happens if you don't find someone to marry you, but yeah, I'm sure there's like a dark element to it, so I'm excited to see what I actually think to this. The fourth book that I want to read in June is Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo. I don't really know much about this book at all. I chucked it onto my wish list after I read To Kill a Kingdom and absolutely loved it, and Rebecca over at Rebecca Reads bought me this for, I think it was my birthday. So yeah, I've had this since December and it's now June, so 6 months later and I'm getting around to a book. But I think that's actually a successful story, because normally it takes me years to get to a book when I've bought it. I don't really know, and I don't want to read the back of it too long on camera. I think there's 4 characters that this is dealt with. I know there's a sequel to this. I don't know if it's a duology or a full series. But if I like this, then at least I've got another book that I can potentially read and add to my TBR, because hey, who doesn't need to grow their TBR by another book? I hope I like this. I really enjoyed To Kill a Kingdom and the way that Alexandra Christo created her characters there and the emotion that she wove into that story. I also love the sort of retelling of that, so I'm really hoping to enjoy this book as well. I mean, look at it, it's all shiny and pretty, so is that a good way to tell if a book is good or not? Who knows? Who knows? The last book that I want to read in June I don't actually have a physical copy of, and that is Dracula by Bram Stoker. The main reason that I want to read this is because in June at some point, I'm not telling you when, I am going on a holiday to Whitby for a few days, so I thought it'd be very fitting to read Dracula whilst I'm in Whitby, obviously with that setting. And yeah, so I've decided to just chuck that on as sort of like a last minute decision, because why not read Dracula when you're in Whitby? I mean, if you're going to read Dracula, you might as well read it whilst you're in Whitby, right? I've been to Whitby once for like a few hours, but I'm excited to kind of like go exploring. And yeah, I feel like that's going to be a really cozy sort of vibe. I think I gave it 3 stars the last time I read it. I was actually kind of disappointed with Dracula, if I'm being fully honest. I thought that the story, I feel like the retellings have hyped up this story so much, and then you read the original base material and you're like, oh, this is very odd. Like nothing really seems to happen at all until like the very end of the book. There's a lot of, I feel like ambience is the main vibe of this book, which although I enjoyed it, was I think that's why I gave it such a low rating, because it was definitely just not what I was expecting. So if you've never read Dracula before and you're expecting it to be like any of the many adaptations either via different books, TV, film, then please lower your expectations, because it's such a, I feel like the gothicness of this book was the driving force, and it's definitely like the ambiance of the book and all that jazz. But I thought, yeah, I'll go and read it. Maybe I'll go and stay in the cemetery and read it, because that's the sort of person that I am. So those are my 5 books for June. Hopefully I'll get around to all of them. I'm definitely going to be making a special case for Dracula to be read, just because I need to read it. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I've got like a full week off work at some point, so even though I'm only going away for a few days, I've got an extra couple of days, so I might just sit and do some reading then and get through everything. I might try and chuck in a couple of other books if I get the chance to. I can't remember if I've got any books on my library app, so if I have, I might put some covers up here, which I might need to get around to in June as well. But I can always extend them if I need to and chuck it into July. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Have you read Dracula? Were you disappointed with it? Would you read it again? Because I need to read it again. Maybe now that I know what it's about, I'll be less disappointed with it. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, and also don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. There's a new one out every single week. I hope you're all well and you're all staying safe, and until next time.